everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode or live stream.
Yes, it's Runcation Nation Live.
It is Runcation Nation Live. Normally our Wednesday night beer chat. We're doing it a little bit late, but nonetheless, we're live.
We're
and
live.
Here. Welcome.
We're doing it.
We have two cameras going. Instagram over here. Hello, everybody on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You guys are all up here. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Yes.
She's your host.
I am your host, Amy.
And I'm your co-host,
Dana.
So
clearly you've known this if you've followed us for any length of time.
And if not, welcome to the party.
That's Dana. I'm Amy. I'm sporting. The cool kids are on IG, JoJo says. Well, I will tell you,
I think you're all cool.
I think I got a lot of cool kids in the Runcation Nation. I don't know if anybody will take advantage of calling us. However, if they do, then that's going to be entirely through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter that people will hear it.
Yes.
When we get to that portion. But Rhonda Lee agrees with JoJo that the cool kids are on Instagram right now.
Yes.
But the cool kids may have to convert. Main Street Miles Meg has joined the party. The cool kids may have to convert when we take phone calls.
Indeed. We have limitations to the technology, and if the folks at Instagram would go ahead and integrate that a little bit more, it'd make it a little easier for us live streamers. So without a significant investment in hardware, though it can be done. But anyway, guys, ladies, welcome to the chat. Tonight, we're hanging out. We're talking, running, eating, drinking, whatever comes to mind. We're counting down. We are T-minus 7 days
to Amy's favorite holiday.
Thanksgiving here in the United States. We know Canadian Thanksgiving is...
Dad's drinking bourbon now here, and I think they will have lots to talk about if they stay with us, because tonight's beverage, which applause to Darlene for, I think I let the coffee crew know, not even on social media, which is my bad. Or what do the cool kids say? I'm not really sure. But my error was not publishing it in our social media feed this week. But we tonight will be trying a couple of different recipes to share with you using bourbon cream from one of our favorite distilleries, the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Yeah.
And yes, we have had trouble in this area getting our hands on Buffalo Trace proper.
I think that there's been trouble nationwide for getting their hands on Buffalo Trace, and Buffalo Trace experienced quite the resurgence, or they got quite a pop on social media this past week when one of their other brands, Weller, made an appearance on Yellowstone.
Whoa.
And everybody was talking about that in bourbon TikTok and Twitter.
We really need to get on the train, and we are so...
The TikTok train?
No. Well, yes.
And on the Yellowstone train.
Several trains.
Yeah.
No, did I say many, several?
Many, several trains.
All the trains
Trained
we need.
English teacher
Oh
here.
my God. We need to get on the Yellowstone train.
We do.
And then we also need to make sure that it intersects with the TikTok train, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Buffalo Trace bourbon cream, people. There are some recipes on their website that are amazing. And one of them is strange. And I highly recommend going to Buffalo Trace's website and searching for the recipes for the bourbon cream, because there is a holiday one. Now, I have published memes about Thanksgiving needs to be celebrated before Christmas.
You have. In fact, you may have invited a little bit of controversy in the Runcation Nation.
So hardcore. But let me tell you this. I challenge the Runcation Nation, much like Rhonda Lee gave us a beer tasting in the Runcation Nation Facebook group. I challenge you to make the Christmas cookie recipe brought to you by Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream on the Buffalo Trace website. And if you do, and it does indeed taste like a Christmas cookie, if you would share that with us, if you would do a live like Rhonda Lee, if you would record a little bit and send to us.
We loved Rhonda Lee's video.
It was amazing.
That was fantastic.
Her pupper's beer chat was fantastic. Also, if you want us to record it on a live, if you want us to invite you in on a live and you are willing to play bartender
slash drink reviewer, a little bit of both.
So Jennifer Hall, welcome. I think you should get the necessary accoutrement,
and we'll publish the recipe list.
Well, yes,
with the requisite liqueurs.
Yes, which probably will mean a screenshot from Buffalo Trace's website, but
it's fine.
I don't know.
And by the way, we keep talking about them. Buffalo Trace is in no way affiliated with us. They're not sponsors, although we would love for them to be.
But they could be sponsors.
Exactly. Just saying.
We love you, Buffalo Trace.
And I'm going to make a camera adjustment while you're talking.
Why?
Because the camera needs adjusting. Stand by.
What are you going to do to it?
Adjust
I think it's perfect.
I literally just said what I'm going to do.
Jennifer Hall, while he's making a camera adjustment, can anybody say, yes, Meg, shock and awe, because we've never seen Yellowstone, but we will rectify that shortly. At any rate, we've just finished Andor, or we're up to date on Andor. So now we have some time to maybe throw over there to Yellowstone.
Well, there's Yellowstone. There's 1886, which is the prequel, and apparently there's like going to be a midquel starring Harrison Ford.
Really?
Yes. So
what? I'm sorry, the midquel starring Harrison Ford. What do you know about this?
It's set in the early 1920s. You have Yellowstone, which is modern day. You have 1886, which, spoiler alert, set in 1886.
Oh my God, what a spoiler.
And then I don't know the name of I think it's like 1922. And I think it's set in the 1920s, kids. I think. Anyway, we haven't started down that path. However,
but we will.
I'm a big sucker for period dramas.
Rest assured, we both love it. History buff, former English teacher. We're on it, and we will report back.
Yeah.
Yes. In the meantime, what are you doing here?
I was just moving my phone.
Okay. So we're going to share the recipe that we made?
Recipe that we made.
Yes.
And a recipe that we made up.
Ooh, which one are we doing first?
The recipe we made.
The recipe we made.
The official one.
The official recipe. By the way, shout out to Josh, and maybe he'll hear me and jump on listening and driving safe, because it's his birthday. It is his birthday today. Happy birthday, Josh, executive producer in charge of hashtags.
Exactly.
Amazing all around to us. He reached out to us to say, hey, are you doing okay? Do you need anything? How's the recovery from the hurricane going? How's your dad doing? Because as most of you know, my dad is in treatment for stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he is just, he has the sense of humor of a teenager while being the heart of gold who would do anything for anybody.
Yeah.
Drive 17, how many hours? So many hours, all the hours to come down and bring us coffee and beer. Who knew?
Exactly.
And, oh, hey, Lindy G. Myers, welcome. If it's your first if it's your first beer chat with us, or weekly Runcation Nation live that used to be beer chats, but now we just talk about
whatever comes to mind,
and share a beverage. Happy birthday, Josh, who has joined the chat.
Carnage and Chaos over on Instagram.
And Cheryl, once again, you looked lovely in your dress. And applause and cheers to you. As in addition, cheers and applause to Meg for just staying strong, making efforts and progress.
Huge strides.
In running to the castle. You know you're going to do it. You know you're going to do it. So
I know she's going to do it.
Happy birthday to Josh. Shout out to Dean. Dean is in the Instagram chat.
Dean
Hi,
in
kids.
Instagram. Do us a favor as you guys are dropping in. Tell us who you are, where you're from,
What
and
you
what you're
drinking?
drinking tonight.
Jennifer
We would love
Hall,
to know.
what are you drinking?
So
we're about to share what we're drinking.
Yeah, we're going to share the first drink. This
Yeah.
is an official beverage from our friends at Buffalo Trace.
An official beverage?
Official beverage.
An official recipe, rather.
Yeah, a recipe. The bourbon cream here. Again, this is one of those cream liqueurs. Some people love them. Some people hate them. I think that when used correctly, they can really bring a lot to a cocktail. And whether it's visually through wanting something that has that creamy texture and color, through flavor, I think that if you are looking for the flavors that you typically get from, in this case, bourbon, you're talking about things that are more vanilla, oaky. It's a very different flavor profile than, say, the traditional cream liqueur, which most people are familiar with, which would be Irish cream.
Right? Dean says, hey, I'm in Sebring and it's damn cold, like 60 degrees.
We are experiencing Florida winter here. That's why I have a long sleeve shirt on, which, by the way, I'm rocking a shirt that is from our most recent race that we did on a whim. And we're going to be talking about on an upcoming episode of the show. I cannot wait for you guys to hear about it.
Running Through Wonderland, Jen is here too.
So much fun. And we're going to recap this entire race in an upcoming show.
Oh, yes. Yes. Running Through Wonderland, Jen. Cheryl says, Northern Virginia, no idea what the weather is like, but I know it's chilly. And Lindy says 37 degrees in New Jersey, so I'm having a cup of hot tea.
Well, when you watch the Facebook posts of our Southwest Florida meteorologists, they all have their own page now, because they're developing, their following and their brand in case they hop to a different station or they go national. They're all sharing the projected forecast for Florida, showing that we're going to be down into the 50s here, and that is very cold for Florida.
Okay, well,
it's laughably cold. It's laughable for anybody that doesn't live in Florida. We get that. We totally get it.
Rhonda Lee says she's got us beat with 36 feels like 25.
And that's probably in Celsius, so it makes no sense to you whatsoever.
And Running Through Wonderland, Jen says there is snow, and I'm not going to start that path. I think Meg told me that it was something like 20 some odd degrees where she is, but she can confirm. I don't know.
Guys, remember, if you're listening to us internationally, we are on the Fahrenheit scale.
Oh my God.
So when we quote these numbers, we understand that you all might think that we're a little weird. So, help us out and let us know if you're talking about Celsius or Fahrenheit. I'll pull it up and I'll do the conversion to make sure that we know what we're talking about.
Dean just has such the coldest weather. Oh, nope. It's Fahrenheit.
Oh, that is Fahrenheit.
Converted.
Thank you.
Yes. Rhonda Lee, the pink-haired princess, did the math for us.
She's helping out her
ring the weather bell.
She's helping out her poor American friends that
except for we
don't know how to do the conversion.
Anytime we ring the weather bell, Buck goes crazy.
Yeah, he's not a fan. He's not a fan.
Elsa didn't. Elsa does not need to let it go or let it snow.
No, she does not.
Says Jennifer, Running Through Wonderland, Jen, whose TikTok is legit and who Wake Up Disney is also here.
Excellent.
James J. Williams, how are you?
How are you, sir?
Where are you? And how's the weather?
Who,
What
by
you
the way,
wearing?
he
What you
does
drinking?
he does great live content
On TikTok.
over on TikTok.
Yes.
If you are a Disney fan, you've got to go check out
It's
Wake Up
great.
Disney over on TikTok. He's so good.
Yeah.
So much fun. Yeah, check him out.
Oh.
Just absolute blast. I admit I am now. There was a long time, like I never got onto the Vine train when Vine was a thing. 6-second video. I started to appreciate it as Vine was on the decline, and then actually developed an appreciation for it because the people who are really good at Vine and creating something that was interesting and entertaining, and you had a hard 6-second limit.
Oh yeah.
What
Amazing.
I came to
right?
recognize, I'm like, that's actually a skill, and they're really good at it. And TikTok's kind of the new Vine, but you get longer amount of time,
Longer form content. Like, I mean, hey, be like Bruno. We don't talk about it, but Jen, running through Wonderland, Jen, and your TikTok, you would love the customer support guy for dogs.
Oh yeah,
you would love it.
Yeah,
I think everybody here would love it.
It's like if all dogs had a customer support line they could call into, and
like they're having trouble.
They're great. There's also another one where it's an angel.
Oh yes,
and it's the same guy playing both the angel and God.
Oh,
and he is running by God, like the creation of all the dog breeds. And his suggestions, like, okay, God, you're gonna love this one, and he tells him the characteristics of the dog breed, and it's hysterical.
I love it.
Absolutely, there's so much good content over there.
Human Etch-a-Sketch has joined our party.
Well, hello, Human Etch-a-Sketch.
Yes. So I just there's so much great stuff on TikTok. I wish I was better.
We're figuring it out.
We're not. By the time we figure it out, it's going to be like yesterday's trend.
We'll be on to the next thing.
Dang
okay,
it.
so let's talk about. We have a couple of drinks to talk with you guys about
Okay.
tonight, and then we're also going to open it up to calls.
Yes.
So let's.
You should put the.
Give me a second.
After we do the drink.
After we do drinks,
Yeah,
I'll put that up there.
I don't know if I could run it with a dog, especially with what I do. Human Etch-a-Sketch says.
In what way? Tell us.
Tell us more.
In the meantime, talk about this recipe that we got here, Aim.
I can call now. Fun size Jen says.
In a minute.
No, not fun size Jen. Running through Wonderland Jen. My bad. We have many Jennifers in Runcation
in a minute.
Nation. So yes.
Wait, to the drink.
Like 5 minutes.
Let's do the drink.
Okay. You have the site. Can you put it up?
Do you want me to put it up there?
Yeah.
I can put it up there. Check this out. Through the magic of our technology, we too.
So I can read it.
Can show you guys what we're talking about.
Well, you're going to show it on Facebook, YouTube, and I'm going to share it on Instagram. We scoured the Buffalo Trace Distillery webpage.
We did.
For recipes to bring to you. On that same webpage is where the cookie shot is, which is a challenge for you. But you know how Amy likes coffee. You know how Amy loves coffee, right?
Amy's a fan of coffee, guys.
This right here that you're showing now is the challenge for them.
In case you haven't figured it out yet.
Is the challenge. So I use GPS when I run. I spell out names and words when I run.
Oh, that's hysterical. I've seen some really
have you seen it?
Good ones.
Have you seen the social media posts? Oh my God.
And that's a trend that has carried through from runners to cyclists to the U.S. military even.
Instagram, I'll be right back. I'm going to share the recipe.
I absolutely love that.
So this is called the tiramisu shot.
No, we're on the Christmas cookie shot. That's what you pulled up right here.
No, that's the challenge for them. The challenge for them is to do the Christmas cookie shot. The one we made was tiramisu.
Ah, okay. I got you. Well, I'm pulling this up then so people can see what's up.
So 1 ounce of bourbon cream, the bourbon cream that we have here. Okay. Buffalo Trace, are you listening to this? Positively Polly says, I love how
feel free to tag them.
She's tagging him. I think she tagged him twice in the chat. So, okay. So tiramisu shots, 1 ounce of bourbon cream, but don't add it first. Okay. Also have whipped cream standing by and a sprinkling of cocoa powder and or instant cafe Bustelo, which is not actually a part of their recipe, but our little twist on ours. But hey,
it's our favorite instant coffee.
So the ingredients are 1 ounce of bourbon cream, 1 ounce of vodka. They recommend Wheatley vodka. We have Tito's. We did not have Wheatley vodka locally here. And also a half ounce of coffee liqueur, unspecified. Shout out to Mr. Black, who we love.
Mr. Black is a great one. We like
Not
it
a
because it's
sponsor.
not as sweet. A lot of people default to Kahlua, which is also quite tasty. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
So
very, very.
It's a super simple recipe, 3 ingredients: bourbon cream, vodka, coffee liqueur.
So you put the vodka and the coffee liqueur in a cocktail shaker with some ice, and you shake it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you carefully, you carefully pour the bourbon cream over the back of a spoon. So this is like a barista kind of thing.
Yes.
Into a shot glass to create a layered effect.
Now,
garnish with whipped cream and a sprinkling of cocoa powder, which we didn't have, so we used Cafe Bustelo. And enjoy.
Now, admittedly, I did this backwards, where I was jumping the gun and not listening to the person in charge here. So I layered our shots inversely. But yeah, I think it's going to taste good either way. I'm very curious about this. So
yeah.
Cheers to all of you, Amy.
Janine.
Hello.
Janine has entered the chat. And also, I have to catch up. I'm so sorry. I had to read and I couldn't read that. I overestimated my
your ability to see,
like
and
my
I'm not
line of
getting to
sight,
drink yet.
My line of sight. So
still not getting to drink.
I'm drinking the same thing. Oh wait, I've rum and coke. I think he's got rum and coke. I think Dean's got rum and coke.
No, I've got rum and coke. Sorry, my bad.
My bad. And he said my bad because I say my bad, and it's so like what 90s. Oh my goodness, that looks and sounds incredible, Rondale says. And welcome, Janine. Better late than never.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is what it looks like.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers to the Runcation Nation. We are so thankful for you.
We really are.
In every way. Thank you for supporting us, for being here, for calling in if you choose to do so. And happy Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving chat.
Indeed. Cheers.
What do you think?
Well, I'm not accustomed to whipped cream in my drink there, so
well,
that was a little weird. But
it's homemade whipped cream. To be fair, probably.
I don't do fancy coffee drinks at like Starbucks with whipped cream and all that. I'm a black coffee guy.
I know.
So that was a little, like, oh, I got to get past that. That tastes exactly like a tiramisu dessert. First of all, exactly like one. And I love tiramisu as a dessert. Like,
it's one of my favorites all time.
Espresso soaked lady fingers, mascarpone cheese. Everything.
Does anybody else like it?
So good.
Tell me. James J. Williams says, oh, well, Lindy says cheers. Janine says it looks amazing. Darlene says it looks amazing. So does Rhonda Lee. James J. Williams says, I want to know where the candy corn is.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's the only Thanksgiving thing that matters. And
James, don't listen. You keep it up, you might get a shipment and we'll expect a tasting on your show. Just saying.
I love Rhonda Lee because she says tiramisu. It's the best dessert. My friend.
Tiramisu has to be ice cold for me.
It can be a little bit not ice cold. It can be like a little bit.
I love, and
Settle.
this is a weird call. It's a chain here in the US. It's called the Cheesecake Factory. I don't know if everybody's been to one or seen one. They do a tiramisu that is absolutely fantastic. I think they for a chain restaurant, they have one of the best out there.
You don't like Olive Garden? Olive Garden's tiramisu?
I don't know that I've ever even had it, and I used to work
It's good.
there.
It's good.
Okay.
I think it's good. I love, although
Here's a little bit about Dana. Hold on. I
Oh.
used to work at Olive Garden in the 90s.
when we met
Yeah, I was a waiter.
and started dating.
Yep.
Are you amazed? Probably not. But I mean, my favorite all-time tiramisu, and we're going to shout out a local business.
Oh, I know who you're saying.
We have been shouting out some
national brands
who we know and love. And Positively Polly, here's your mission, Jojo. If you can tag this business, cheers. I owe you a beverage at Gasparilla. So, and it's on the live recording, so you know that's true.
Yes.
And you can verify that. So, my favorite all-time tiramisu is the homemade tiramisu at the place where we had our rehearsal dinner before we were married almost 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Fabio's Restaurante Fabio's in North Fort Myers, Florida.
Yep.
And it's a family-owned business. Their pasta's amazing. Their pork with vinegar peppers is one of my dad's favorite dishes. I can't tell you.
Their fonduta,
their pasta, their tiramisu.
Their homemade tiramisu is ridiculous.
If we could transport the entirety of the Runcation Nation to our hometown, I would buy out the half of the restaurant we had for our rehearsal dinner on the 25th anniversary of our wedding. And I would have you have all of these flavors because there's nothing like it. And the family that provides it is just salt of the earth, the hardest working, sweetest people you ever want to meet.
And I knew the family. We were, of course, we had our rehearsal dinner,
and I knew him before that.
And then when I was a school resource officer, one of the girls went to the school that I was the resource officer at. So we've maintained kind of a connection. And then we still go there on a regular
carb
basis.
Loading sometimes.
The food, it's like getting invited into an Italian
James loves trail runs. Welcome.
It's so ridiculously good.
It really is. So that's the tiramisu that I know and love. And I would have a whole tray of it at Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah.
Even though tiramisu is not typically a holiday dessert.
Right.
So at any rate, that is. So we've had a recipe. We've had a challenge. The Christmas cookies. Bring up the Christmas cookie.
I'll bring up the Christmas cookie here. Hold on.
The challenge for you is the Christmas cookie shot.
For some reason, the photo is not wanting to load.
Just reload the page.
I've tried that already. It's not working. So,
okay, well,
internet.
Imagine it as you will, people. But the Christmas cookie shot is unique, I think. It's unique.
Yeah, this one combines some flavors you might not automatically expect.
Yeah.
And I think it's counting on the interplay of flavors to create something.
Yeah, you have to have it all.
We tried substituting something.
I owe her a drink. She tagged him.
Excellent.
She tagged him. So I owe her a drink at Gasparilla. You got to remind me. Or I'll make a note in my phone. Don't worry.
This one here, bourbon cream, butterscotch liqueur, triple sec, and coffee liqueur.
Yes. Triple sec with all of these flavors. Does it work as a Christmas cookie shot? If you do it and you're willing to come on the show, the live stream, and talk about it, message us because I mean,
we'd like to know.
Darlene, I put in the coffee crew chat on Instagram that what we were going to try,
Mhm.
and she went out and got it.
Wow.
So amazing.
Awesome.
Look at the people we have.
I know.
Tagging the people that we talk about, just making the beverages or going out to get what we're going to talk about. It's just amazing. So
It really is.
yeah. You
And-
know what I think it's time for?
For us to open it up to calls.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to, but
No.
if you guys want to, if you are so inclined and you want to call in, and we're talking about, great holiday beverages, we're talking about great holiday.
You can share that. I also said in our social media post that you could share a shout out for anyone in the Runcation Nation.
Shout outs are always welcome.
Mm-hmm. You could share something that you're thankful for Thanksgiving. You could ask us a question. It's all just it's fair. It's fair game.
Fair game.
Fair game. We're keeping it positive. We're sharing the love. We hope somebody calls. If you don't, that's okay, too.
In the meantime, we're going to be talking about drink number 2. And this is the one that we're making with the bourbon cream, but it's our own invention.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you've ever had an Irish car bomb, and I know that is an impolitic name these days. They
The
don't
Irish
like
car
that.
bomb, they don't.
The Irish car
No,
bomb is an
no.
impolitic
No.
name. That's what the drink is called. You can try to rename it whatever you want, but if you are drinking Guinness and Irish cream, that is an Irish car bomb. I don't care. End of discussion. Okay. Rename it what you want. It actually is a really good combination of flavors. You get that roasty, toasty malt of the Guinness against the sweet vanilla of the Irish cream. Well, if you have a cream liqueur like what we're talking about tonight, which is the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream, I have no reason to think at all that this would not work in a variation of an Irish car bomb. So instead of an Irish car bomb, tonight what we're going to be talking about is something we have named the Kentucky Car Fire.
The Kentucky Car Fire, people. We've invented it.
And this is Guinness
Sort
Draft
of.
Stout. We're actually
I don't know.
we're using the Guinness Nitro can right here. And this particular one that we bought is a portion of the sales go to Florida charities for hurricane relief,
which is great.
I love that, given what we just went through here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and pour some Guinness
I
into
love it.
each
And
glass.
I was telling everybody on Instagram the number, and also if anybody actually happens to call us, that people on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter will hear it. But we can't.
Instagram
we
won't,
haven't
because we can't pipe it in.
sound. We haven't piped in the sound over on Instagram because we can't figure out how yet.
Well, it's not that we haven't. We literally have a hardware limitation where we can't. So
Okay.
that's not us. That's on them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all right. So right here, as
All
you can't see,
It's
now
so
that we put-
beautiful. Let's see.
So here is your Irish stout. How can you beat that?
It's so good. I love Guinness because it's so mild in terms of its
Flavor
smooth.
profile.
It's dark, but it's not super heavy.
Right. And it's a low.
Not
actually,
a sponsor, also.
Everybody likes to think, oh, all stouts are super heavy and high calorie
Not
and
so
all that.
much. So much.
Guinness is one of the lightest low carb stouts that you could get. It's 120 calories, I think, a serving for a can. Your flavor profile is great without it making you feel like you need a nap. Big fan. Now, the bourbon cream, that of course would be your shot here. Typically, for any type of a shot in a beer, Boilermaker, Irish car bomb, that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's sink it and drink it.
Are we gonna do it?
Well, you certainly can. We happen to have plastic shot glasses here. And if you're considering doing this style of drink where you have a shot that you're sinking into a beer, things to keep in mind: dropping it in, like you might see in movies and TV, Looks really good on camera, gets you that
Are we
nice
gonna try it?
effervescence. However, you can end up with chipped glasses and you could end up swallowing a shard of glass. Not such a great way to end the night.
Okay.
Okay, so your options are to kind of get it down low and then drop it in, or just pour it in. You can do either
Or
one.
what are we gonna do?
And if you're doing glass shot glasses, you definitely shouldn't be dropping from a height. That's where you're very likely to get a glass chip. Nobody wants a glass chip in their digestive tract. Okay,
Oh
so
no.
be safe with that. So
What are we gonna do?
these are large enough. I'm going to drop my whole shot glass in there, and we go, and then we talk about what the flavor profile is.
Are you
So,
ready? We're gonna get a phone call right when we do this.
I know. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sinker and drinker. Okay. That did not suck. She's still working on it. I give you kudos. She's stick-to-itiveness. Ta-da. What did you think of the combination of flavors?
I thought it was good. It's different from the Irish car bomb.
It is.
For sure.
The flavor profile of the cream liqueur is totally different than an Irish cream. Irish cream is very intensely, and to me, intensely vanilla. Almost artificially vanilla.
Yeah.
I think this is more subtle and a little smoother. And
There's something about it I can't pinpoint.
And I like the fact that when you start, you get nothing but the stout,
Mhm.
which gives you the bitterness, the toasted malt. We use the nitro version of it, so you don't get the bite from carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the sweetness and the vanilla kick in from the bourbon cream, and that is kind of a nice finish to it.
Well,
The other reason, by the way, when doing these, there's nothing attractive about pouring the shot, because the minute you pour a cream liqueur into a beer, it starts to curdle.
oh, that's true.
And it's not a good looking, it's not a visually appealing
That's entirely true.
drink.
Ooh. Okay.
Things to keep in mind.
Well,
So that's part of the presentation.
I would say to you that I like this. Do you like it more than Irish car bomb?
It's different. I'm a fan of Irish cream. I like it in coffee.
I do too.
I like it done as a car bomb.
100%.
I think they're very tasty. So
Yeah.
so there's no downside.
Well,
This is just a variant, which I think is super pleasant. I'm a fan of this. Again, not sponsors of the show.
what did you call it? The version of the drink that you made?
I call this Kentucky Car Fire.
Car Fire.
Yes.
Kentucky Car Fire.
So
Yes. So
would you have it again?
100%, yes.
Wow.
Would you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Not tonight.
But would you pour it in or
No.
okay?
I don't like pouring them in, because
Fine.
you end up getting that weird curdling thing happening. And especially if the mistake a lot of people will make is they will get an entire pint, or they would do the whole can
Oh, we split
and
it.
then drop a shot or a tall shot into it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of liquid to try to get through.
Mhm.
And your problem is you typically won't. It'll sit there for a minute or two, and
Yeah.
then it starts to curdle, and then you get the weird texture. And there are actually some Halloween drinks that they talk about, like doing like a brains and like zombie themed shots that involve cream liqueurs being added into beers or other alcohol to get that curdling effect, to create that texture in your mouth. I find that to be very unpleasant. I just don't like it, and I don't seek that out. By doing it this way, you are getting, it's mixing almost immediately when you're drinking it.
Mhm.
So you're not getting the weird curdling effect.
fair. I think it's fair. I have a question for you
I have an answer.
because we are coming up on what, 7:45? So
we
we
are
have
almost the top of the hour.
almost the top of the hour. So as we finish this, there were many shout outs that we had on the last. Oh,
Dean is over here on YouTube. Tilt the beer glass and slide the shot glass right down inside the glass. Yeah, he's talking about safety. Safety first, Dean.
of course.
Yes.
I love that.
Amateurs drop from a height
Yeah.
and they end up with, glass in their stomach and have a trip to
Oh,
the
not
ER.
good.
No.
Let's just say no.
Yeah.
To that. I just wanted to ask everybody who's in the chat over on Instagram, who's on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This part, I want to end on a high note.
Okay.
Because I know we have plenty of seasonal beers left to try. We have a couple.
We might have gone a little overboard, guys. We literally
Mm.
took an afternoon. We went to our local Total Wine and we bought one of everything.
Yes, we did.
If you've ever gone to a Total Wine, they have a lot
not
of beer.
one of everything.
No. One of everything of their
seasonal.
seasonal at the time pumpkin beers and things that were like fall-esque.
So we have saved some of the ones that could be considered, if you will,
Thanksgiving beers.
Thanksgiving-esque or November-esque.
Yes.
Like perhaps having to do with certain aspects of the meal. So
listen, pumpkin pie.
For James J. Williams, it's not necessarily Thanksgiving candy corn, but it's flavors you would experience on the Thanksgiving table. So
no green bean beers, guys.
No. So we have those left. And I'm thinking after we do the turkey trot on Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning, that
newsflash, we're doing a turkey trot on Thanksgiving.
This is tradition. And you don't monkey with tradition, as our friends Rhonda Lee, Cheryl, Susie, if you watch this on replay, know from watching Letterkenny.
Exactly.
You don't monkey with tradition.
That's true.
So we'll do a turkey trot,
and
then we'll have a beer chat with one of or more. One or more of the
holiday beers.
The holiday Thanksgiving-esque beers.
I love it.
Yes.
I love the idea.
Yes.
And
hey, Mary, how are you? Welcome to the party.
Welcome.
And so my question for you as we close out the chat is, do you have shout outs? And what are you thankful for as we have these 7 days counting down to Thanksgiving? Darlene has been excellent at taking this whole month and using it as, here's a month where I'm going to focus on gratitude.
Yeah.
And talk about things I'm grateful for. And what do you have a shout out for the Runcation Nation, or are you grateful for something? I want to shout out, first of all, while you're thinking about it, now that I've posed the question.
I had no idea this was coming.
Yeah. So shout out to everyone who has celebrated a November birthday, first of all, because you're in the world and part of our Runcation Nation, and we're so happy that you are. My co-host included before Thanksgiving, November 7th. Also, Jennifer Hall, Tori Nadeau. Darlene was on the cusp of the month, but so many November birthdays. And also, shout out to our friends at Pure Creative Apparel, Pam and Ariel, who are celebrating 25 years of wedded bliss.
Yeah.
And they're amazing people, amazing humans who support us. We appreciate their friendship. We can't thank them enough. Josh, whose birthday is today.
Yeah.
So I feel such gratitude for the people that exist in the world that are part of our community. And so I especially in November around Thanksgiving, just want to celebrate everybody, especially those who are celebrating birthdays, because this is my favorite time of year since, after Thanksgiving, I might be, celebrating myself a little bit,
A
like,
little bit.
21st, whatever. But you
Her
know what I mean.
21st birthday with
Again.
a few years practice.
Right. So I would say shout out to everybody in the Runcation Nation for your support and love, but also I would say thank you to just all of you. And shout out to the people that we've met along the race course in any race who have been so kind to us and wonderful to us. Anybody who has supported our show by sharing it with a friend or a loved one, by supporting us through Patreon,
Oh yeah.
supporting us through Buy Me a Coffee, um, just supporting us by being here and or showing up and running races with us or jumping on the bandwagon after meeting us at races. I can't thank you enough. And one of my favorite people, my mother, she was born in this month as well. So shout out to my mother, who I wouldn't be here, of course, without, and who has supported and guided me and given me so much love, so much knowledge, so much encouragement. I'll never be able to repay. And I just want her to know, even though she may not be watching this, because I think it's past her bedtime a little bit.
A little bit.
So she likes to go to bed early to rise, all of that. She is just given me so many gifts, as it has had my father. And, I get so many strong, wonderful qualities from them. I can't begin to repay. And to my co-host and my partner, my best friend, my soulmate, the one who is here all the time and loves me no matter what. I can't tell you how much I love you and thank you, and just it fills my heart with joy and happiness to spend my entire life with you. So to the Runcation Nation and to you, and for all the experiences that we will have or have had in the past in terms of running races and meeting people and experiencing, like, fantastic eateries, restaurants, breweries, people who are behind those things working so hard, like Restaurante Fabio's we've mentioned, like Sabroso, like Chef Art Smith, who we've had the pleasure of interviewing on the show. So many running icons and heroes, the people we've met through the Donna Foundation and helping and supporting and getting the word out about what they do for supporting families and those who are fighting and battling breast cancer. Those people who support Moffitt, who is supporting my father going through treatment now. I can't express the gratitude I am filled with at this moment for all of that. I've gone on long enough, and I've given you plenty of time to think.
You're not going to like my answer.
I'm not?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm going to say I can't really beat that. That encapsulates a lot. The only thing I would add to that is about 4 weeks ago, I wasn't even sure we were going to be here to do any of this, because as we were watching the storm waters rise from Hurricane Ian and take out my work car, and then encroach on personal vehicles in the house with storm surge, 150 plus mile an hour winds. I'm just thankful that we are here in vertical and talking and doing this. So everything Amy said, plus that, I think that's
Indeed.
the about
Indeed.
where I could leave it. So with that, guys, we want to thank you all for joining us tonight for our live chat. We hope that you'll check
Yay.
out this product that we discovered. It is not a sponsor of the show.
No,
we
but-
get nothing for it, but we highly recommend you check it
And
out
if
you're 21 and over.
Of course. And responsibly so. But if you do the Christmas cookie shot and you love it and you're willing to talk about it, message us. info@runeatdrink.net. info@runeatdrink.net. And also, you can call us and leave us a message
At 941-677-2733. That same number you see on the screen. 941
Yay!
677-2733.
Mhm.
We have the most recent episode of our podcast up in our feed right now. Go to runeatdrink.net and check that out. Otherwise, please subscribe in your favorite podcatcher of choice. We would love for you to be a member of the Runcation Nation. Membership is free. You don't have to do anything. Just download and listen. We appreciate all of you more than you know. And we're super excited to have new members joining us all the time. Thank you for being a part of tonight's show. New episodes every Tuesday in the feed and a weekly live stream, usually on Wednesdays, sometimes on Thursdays. Thank you for joining us. Happy early Thanksgiving, but we will see you on Thanksgiving Day.
We totally will.
For a special live stream. So
We love you.
good night, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out with us.